Hey everybody, so this is Monday after FallCon. So every year FallCon hosts a board game convention in Calgary, Alberta, and it's their largest board game convention in Alberta. So it was great to be able to go and to attend, and I also volunteer for the event. So I was there Friday morning to help with setup on like unloading the boxes and setting up the board game library, and then I volunteered a couple of times throughout the weekend. And now we're back home. But one other thing that they do is also have an auction. So I purchased a few games at the auction. I also kind of arranged to have a few games delivered to me at FallCon that I had purchased secondhand. And also I did end up kind of getting gifted a few games. So I'm just going to do kind of an unboxing of my FallCon haul. So first thing, let me show you my FallCon t-shirt. If you see, so FallCon 36. All the volunteers that help out at FallCon gets a t-shirt that's been designed and done by Meeple Crossing. So, you know, FallCon 37, you may want to consider volunteering for FallCon because there's great perks for doing that. So first, let's get started. I ended up teaching Wingspan at the Hosted Games event. Now, I wasn't scheduled to do that. The girl that was supposed to wasn't feeling well, so they asked if I would do it, and of course I did. And one of the things that they've done is they've given me a few things as a thank you for doing it last minute. So I got a set of Iron Spade, which is amazing deck of cards, just a regular deck of cards that Roxley published. So they're just really great cards. And then FallCon had a few 3D printed components that you can purchase there this weekend. So they had like component bowls, and then they had some of these. Now I have Wingspan Asia here at home, so I got 2 sets of these, and they're little 3D printed birds. And at first I was like, oh, what are these for? But it's to replace the action cube, so it's more thematic. So now you have, let's see if you can see, but it's a little bird, and it's they're so cute. So I'm going to be adding that to my Wingspan game, so then we can play with these little birds for action cubes instead of the little cubes, and I think that's going to be just so adorable. So thank you so much, FallCon, for this wonderful gift. I would have done it for nothing. So then my friend Andy, we're talking about Bang the Dice game, how much I loved it, and then he has Bang The Walking Dead, and he brought it. He says, here, you can have this one, and I'm so excited for it. So it looks like this is a card-based version based on the Walking Dead series, and I love horror-themed board games as well for some reason. I don't love horror movies. I don't like to be spooked, but in board game form, I just love them. So now I have Bang the Walking Dead that I'll be able to give a go, and I'm super excited to try that out. Then another game that was gifted to me, my friend Carla brought this. This is, game is a loose definition. It's Sherlock Holmes. It's kind of like and the speckled band, but it's a mystery jigsaw puzzle. So the way that these work is you read a story, it's mystery, something's happened, then you have a puzzle, and it's, I don't know, 1,000-piece. So it's a 1,000-piece puzzle that you got to put together, but you don't have a picture to kind of use as a reference for what this image is going to be. So once you finish the puzzle, the clue for the mystery is in the image of the puzzle. So you got to like look closely at the image to be able to solve the mystery. I also have Titanic here that my sister had given me as well to do. And I had a coffee roaster one, or like a coffee themed one that I had just finished a few months back. Well, earlier this year, so quite a few months back. But I had done that one earlier this year. So excited to give this a go. I'll put that over there. I'm trying to stack everything so it doesn't cover everything. Do I have another one that, okay, so the other one I'll show you later. Now, I wanted this one, so I bought this one secondhand from my friend Greg, and that is Fluxx, the board game. Now, I really like Fluxx, and I have a lot of them. I'm just looking at them now. So I have Eco, I have Pirate, Holiday, I have regular show Fluxx, Star Trek Fluxx, astrology Fluxx, and Monty Python Fluxx. It's a simple card game where you draw a card, play a card, but as you play, there'll be different cards that'll change the rules, and it's just a silly game. So, but it's one that's I always kind of enjoy playing, and the Looney Labs had been posting on their page a lot about the Fluxx, the board game, and I was like, okay, I kind of really want to try this one, and I ended up playing it actually this weekend, and I'm so impressed. Now, it's been newly printed. This is the original version. They've printed it again. That's a more compact game. But the way that it works is you have all these tiles that has all the icons, so instead of needing to have the keeper cards, you need to have your player token on the icon that you need to meet the goals. But then there are cards that you'll mitigate your movement. There'll be cards that where other players can mess up with your movements as well. So it's just, like I said, I played it over the FallCon weekend. We played it 2 times in a row, and it was so satisfying, so fun. I just loved it. So excited to have my own copy, Fluxx, the board game. Then another one that I got, so we did the FallCon auction. This was, I don't think it was the first game, but it was one of the early games that got auctioned off, and they were selling it for $4. And nobody was bidding on it. I think this is just not a really well-known game. So I was like, okay, well, for $4, I'll take it. So it's kind of a pity bid a little bit. Oh, so this is Serpent Stone. So from what I understand, it's like a 1 versus 1 card battle game, which I have a lot of those because I really somehow, for some reason, really enjoy that style of game. Apparently, I'm a little bit cutthroat. But just to kind of show what it looks like, it looks kind of cool. I really don't know anything about it. As I said, I was in one I was planning on bidding on. It's just, you know, in the heat of the moment, of the excitement of the auction, I ended up with that one. Then the next game that I got, this is another one that I purchased secondhand. My friend brought it to me at FallCon, and I was very excited about this. This is my first one in this series, and that's Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar. So I've never played any of the ones from this series, and I don't own any of them. So this is my first one, and I'm very excited. So this is the one that has all the gears. So from what I understand, I think it's a worker placement, but then the gear moves and it changes everything. So it changes like where your worker's going to be. That's all I know about it. I hear amazing things about this game. I'm super excited, and being that it's a secondhand copy, I know a lot of people buy these games. Sorry, it's the box, I swear. They buy these games and then they paint the gears and they kind of make it unique. And that was one of the reasons why my friend sold this one to me, because the copy that he had, well, this one, he found a new copy that had been printed with more colors, and he liked that. But I really like this one. The way that this has been decorated is just stunning. So it kind of has a base color all over, and then all the details have been kind of embossed with copper and gold paint. And it's just, like, if you see this looks amazing. I am so excited just for the look alone. Like, this is great. And on top of that, I hear it's an amazing game. So this was a great one. So I'm super excited to have this in my collection. And that was Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar. Next one I have, this is another one that I got at the auction. I wasn't planning on bidding for it. But it just happened. And this is Fertility. Oh, and it really bugs me when the front doesn't match the back. And this one, it's like 95 degrees. They're not even trying now. But okay, so Fertility, I haven't had the chance to look into this one. I don't know anything about it. But afterwards, people were coming and asking me about the games I had purchased, and they saw that I had gotten this one. He's like, oh, this is a really good one. So I'm very excited to give it a try. It looks really neat. But yeah, I know nothing about it, so we'll have to look into that one. Another one that I bought and I got delivered at FallCon and picked it up there. And this is also to help with my alphabet challenge. I'm doing the alphabet challenge where you play at least one game of each letter of the alphabet throughout the year. And I have X and Y left. So this is my X game. And a friend of mine was posting this, that he was selling this game. And at first I was like, no, I'm going to save myself for games at the FallCon auction. But then I realized this was designed by Eric Lang. And I'm a huge Eric Lang fan. Most of his games that I've owned, I just love them. The ones I don't love is because I don't own them yet. So when I saw that this was Eric Lang, I was like, done, I'm buying it. So that's XCom, the board game. So from what I understand, this used to be a video game, so it's kind of taking it from that IP. It's an app-driven game where you're doing these missions. I watched a little bit about it. A friend of mine was kind of explaining how great it was. So I'm super excited to play, but I don't know a whole lot. So yeah, you do need the app to be able to play the game. It looks really good, so I'm excited to try that. And that's XCom, the board game. Okay, what else did I get? Oh, so this is another one that I got at the FallCon auction, and this one was on my list. It was one that I was hoping to get. It was actually played at FallCon. I saw it set up and played at the different tables quite a bit. Now, the version that they were playing was like the newer deluxe version, so I got the original version, and it's a Reiner Knizia game, and that is Raw. It's another one that, like I said, I saw it played. There was a lot of tiles involved. There's a bag that you draw. Now, the new one had this gorgeous bag. I was like, oh my God, that one's so great. I was like, it's okay, mine will be fine. And actually, mine comes with a bag as well. It's not as, like this bag, like the newer version, the bag in there is ornate. It is spectacular. This one's a little bit plainer, but I'm super excited for it, and I'm excited for having it in my game collection. So that's Raw from Reiner Knizia. Okay, let's see what else did I get. Okay, so before I went, I made a list of the games that I was interested in, and I kind of did some research, and I did a list of like where I was willing to bid up to, and this one was one of them. But then a friend of mine was playing it at FallCon, so I was like, oh my God, I see you guys are playing this. How is it? How does that look? So we're learning it. I was like, and it looked good. It looks so good. But it's a cooperative game, and you have this huge board. And to say, like, they did the tutorial, and the tutorial teaches you kind of in 2 steps. It looks so good. But then she's like, are you saying you're going to be competing against me at the auction? And I was like, oh no. So I was like, yeah, I guess I am. So I wasn't sure where her price had been, but I had mine preset, and apparently that was enough to get me the game. So I got Legends of Andor. It just looks like a neat fantasy strategy game that looks so good. And having got to seeing it set up, I'm even more excited about owning it. Just, it looks, I mean, look at this. It looks so good. It looks so good. It's going to be such a great game. I'm excited to have this one, Legends of Andor. Okay, add this to the pile here. I don't know where I'm going to fit these games. I think we're going to have to start putting games front facing in the shelves, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so this one is another game that I had delivered to FallCon. I bought secondhand from my friend Greg. And this is also a game to help me with my alphabet challenge, and that's for the letter Y. So I got Yedo. It's another one I haven't looked into it a whole lot. I don't know a lot about it. I bought it because it was a Y, and the price was right. It's a terrible reason, but I'm very excited for it. It looks like, if you look at it, this is a really neat looking game. Yeah, so, and I have to play it this year so I can count as a Y. So hopefully soon we'll get this one played here, and oh, sorry. So I don't know if it's Yedo, but there you go. Okay, what else do we have? So this game, I didn't purchase it. In fact, my friend Ashley did. But she ended up buying the deluxe version, and she was going to return this one. And I said, well, hold on, I'll take that. So, and that is the newest game from Stefan Marrakesh. So I saw it played there a few times. It looks amazing. Now, of course, the version that they had there was the deluxe version. So mine is a slightly simpler version of it. But looking at the components of it, oh my God, this game is heavy. There's a lot of wooden components in here. So it looks really good. It looks so neat. They played it a few times over the weekend, so it was really well received. So I'm super excited for Marrakesh. And then, so this one was amazing. So there was a lady at FallCon whose husband had passed away way too soon, but he had a huge FallCon library. He was very involved with FallCon, and after he passed, she donated a lot of games to the library, and she was there this weekend, and she had a bunch of boxes wrapped in brown paper bag. And if you went to her booth, she would like have you roll these dice and kind of cover these different paper. And then depending on which one got covered first, you would win different prizes. And it would be a dice or a meeple piece or one of these brown paper bag wrapped boxes. A neat box was actually a board game from her husband's library, her late husband's library. And this is the one that I got. So 1960, The Making of the President. So looking at it, like it looks like it talks a bit about like the Nixon. So I don't know if it's about like the Nixon scandal with like the Watergate scandal, because I really enjoyed that theme when I played Watergate. So I'm excited for this one. It's, you know, it's a more historical, a little bit of an older game, but I love the story behind how I got this game, and I'm excited to give this a try. So, flip it this way. So that's 1960, The Making of the President. So I'll put this one over here. I'm kind of filling my table as I go. Okay, so this one, hold on, I'll go grab it. I played the dice version of this game just this week, and it was so good. Now, the dice version played really quick. It's a simplified version. So I was like, okay, I want the board game version of this now. So it was on the in the auction list. So that was one that was on my list. And I won the bid. So I'm super excited because I now own Nations, the board game. Like I said, I played the dice version. Loved it. This is a civilization game, but it's not like a map one. It's more like a tile purchasing one, tableau building. And if it's anything like the dice game, this is going to be an amazing game. I've watched tutorial before. I decided to purchase this one, and it looks so good. So I'm really excited to play this one, and that's Nations. And we're getting to the end of the list here because I ended up with like 17 new games this weekend. So we're doing good. Hang in there. So one of the games that I ended up bidding on at the auction was Shake City. I don't know a whole lot about this one. I saw a lot of posts about it recently. So it kind of made me interested in looking into it and kind of finding out more. It says shake, choose, and build. So is it like a bit like a tiny town style of game? Like honestly, as I said, I know nothing. So I just know that there'll be cubes that are in here. You shake it, you push a button, and it'll release a 3x3 set of cubes, and then from that you'll be drawing and building on your own tableau. I don't know much about it. It also had an envelope that came with it, and what they have in here is they have, I'm assuming it's an expansion. Oh, that's opened up. Oh, there's two things. Wow, didn't even notice. So Shake City Wild Nights. It gives you kind of an extra board to do. These are like stickers and pieces, and then they have these extra pieces, and then you get like a couple of postcards that came with it. So all bunch of like extra components and stickers, I guess. So that had come with it. So really exciting to give that a try. Another game that I wanted to buy at the auction, and actually I got to play it at FallCon as well, and it's so good. So I got the original version at the auction. The version that I got to play is the new one with all the fancy pieces, and that is Tinner's Trail, and it was so good. This was a really interesting, you have the map, you have each location that has a tile, and each of these tiles, once you flip over, shows you which cubes are there. Then you need to mine those cubes, but it's gonna set up, like the market gets set up every round, so to see how each one are gonna be worth and the cost for mining it. It was a really great game. I'm so excited to own my own copy, and I'll definitely be playing this again soon because it was such a great game. It was so good. And then the final one. This is, I'll just go ahead, Power Plant that I bought at the auction. KTBG, I'm getting all the letters mixed up. KTBG, so Kids Table Board Game. Make amazing game. Like, they have such great artwork, great components. I own a few of their games, so this one was a no-brainer. From what I understand, it's an area control game, probably best at 2, but we'll play up to 4. And I vote, like, the pieces in here are so amazing. The artwork is so great. I'm so excited to play this one. And that was it. So this is all the games I got at the FallCon 36. So that means it's been FallCon. I've had like 36 years of a board game convention in Calgary here. It was so amazing. Such a great time. I love all the games I've got. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to fit them on my shelves and in my collection. And then so FallCon is going to be hosting a flea market at the end of September, so stay tuned for that, because if you have games you want to sell, or if you want to be able to buy great games at great prices, the flea market is a great event to do it. We used to do it during the FallCon convention, but just with the location, it's not feasible to do it at the same time now, so we're doing that as a separate event, which is an amazing idea, and I'm excited, and I'm going to try to see. I'm not good at getting rid of the games. I want to keep them all. So I'll see if I can sell some games. But I'll definitely probably end up getting some there. So we'll be doing another video then. But thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.